Katie, Ross, welcome to the first day of the rest of your life together.
Ross said, "Father, marriage is a partnership. This is the most important decision a man will make." And I was like, okay, good. It came out early, close the book, the deal is done. Ross could do my job.
Did you like a drink? Always.
So, Katie, this was a long time coming. And not the wedding, you were a long time coming.
Let's get open yours.
Oh, Katie. Beautiful. Sorry. You're beautiful.
Thanks, Pops.
Yeah.
Ross told me he wants to live in a piece of art. Ross is the type of person that knows what he wants. He isn't going to just settle until he finds something unique and original, which is exactly what he found in Katie.
One of the reasons Ross is such a disparate group of friends is because he has such a naturally passionate and curious mind. When Ross puts his mind to something, he becomes completely consumed by it until he's achieved complete success or mastery of understanding. When Ross is into something or someone, he's all in.
Now, they met each other, and you would think that as the time goes on, they would figure this out, right? And actually, for Ross, who's highly logical and thoughtful and reasoned, it went pretty quickly. Well, he said, well, you look at the micro interaction, how they handle situations, how they treat their family. You look at their ambitions. Ross said, I'm signing up for that forever.
I could not believe my eyes as you came down the aisle. Unfortunately, everybody could not see it, but it was unlike anything I've ever seen before.
When Katie moved to Chicago, Mike Carlson gets a call, and it's Ross. He says, Mike, that's your sister. Mike says, yeah, I know. She just moved here. He said, I'm not asking your permission, but I'm telling you I'm going to ask her out. And to me, that was a man's move. And you had me right there, Ross. Ross elevated it one more notch. Last December, my phone rings. Hey, Ross, what's up? He goes, Mr. Carlson, we have a chat? Sure. Ross comes to Omaha, we sit down, and I'm waiting for the proper question, which, of course, Ross was going to do this properly. And he tells me, he says, Mr. Carlson, he said, I love your daughter. We've carved out a life for ourselves in the future. I'm going to marry her, and it would be sure nice if we had the blessing of you and Mrs. Carlson. A man's move. You had me again.
And together, we will celebrate where your parents were married, and we will use vessels that were provided by the Reichardt family and were used at their wedding.
I, Ross, take you, Katie, to be my wife. I promise to be faithful to you in good times and in bad, in sickness and in health, to love you, to honor you all the days of my life.
I, Katie, take you, Ross, to be my husband. I promise to be faithful to you in good times and in bad, in sickness and in health, to love you and to honor you all the days of my life.
Of all the people missing here, probably the most significant to me is my dad, Katie's grandfather. He wanted to dance with his granddaughters at their weddings. That's what he was said as he got older. And so he didn't quite make it, but Dad wrote poems. And he wrote poems to everybody in the family, and he was a very sentimental guy. So if Grandpa would have written a poem and toasted you to, it would have been this: roses are red, and somehow Katie knew that by moving to Chicago, Ross, she would meet you. Welcome to the family.
During normal times, I would wish you luck, but you certainly don't need it, because together we all know through your courageous spirits and your determination, you can get through anything.
I'm pleased to introduce to you Mr. and Mrs. Ross and Katie Reichardt.
So, fun fact, I introduced Katie to Ross. So, you're welcome.
When Ross told me he was going to propose to Katie and later asked me to be his best man, I couldn't have been prouder. He had finally found his equal.
I've personally witnessed that she always remains calm during chaos and does a lot of exceptional things behind the scenes and doesn't require any recognition for it. Once she sets her mind to something, she accepts the challenge, she strives, she absolutely crushes it, and she keeps on crushing it.
Post-college, Ross committed to insurance, fashion, tech, and his career, which is now why you see a chiseled, hyper-successful, gluten-free Adonis in a well-fitting tux in front of you. And now Ross is committed to Katie. Katie, I hope you know what you're in for. He found the mind that moved even faster than his, that challenged him to continue on his progression of self-improvement and growth. Having spent enough time with Katie, I'm not sure she needs Ross's 500 successive questions, late-night YouTube deep dives, and/or bass guitar sessions to be motivated, but I'm sure glad they found each other and found happiness. Cheers to your beautiful life together.